Okay, yeah.
We want to fix it.
Sure. Okay, guys, good afternoon from Houston. So, do we call this the Billionaire Table Talk? So, I have Dipo here, I'm here, and then we have Dr. Cosmas. So, few questions. So, Dipo will start. He will ask Dr. Cosmas questions. At some point, I may pick up questions from you, the audience, as well. If you have any question on business, Dr. Cosmas is a sage. He's been in business for over 50 years. And so soaking from his wealth of knowledge. We just finished the Business Growth Conference yesterday here in Houston. We still have the Singapore retreat with business owners. You're going to be spending 6 days with myself, with Dr. Cosmos, and Dipo just agreed to also be part of Singapore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you're interested in joining us in Singapore, November 28th to December 4th, you can send a DM and we'll give you all the details. But Dipo, what's your first question?
Yeah, I mean, you just alluded to the fact that we concluded the Business Growth Conference in Texas, and it was phenomenal. One of the questions that I asked Doc yesterday that I think will be great to even elaborate on is some of the mistakes you see a lot of young entrepreneurs making today. Either those who are looking to become an entrepreneur or those who are already entrepreneurs, and why is it difficult for them to move to the next level?
There are two mistakes they make that usually a great challenge. One is having the top of the organization, loaded, and that is to say, at startup, you need to be lean at the top because capital is everything you require to really scale up at that, subject to the level of the nature of business you are into. If you are in a business that you are selling merchandise, the customers only come to your store if it's filled and if what they are looking for is available.
Sure.
No matter how I feel empathy to you, if I'm looking for a particular product, I come to your store 5 times, I don't see it. You will never be in the list of the first 2-3 stores I want to look at. So how do customers come to one shop is that whatever I'm looking for, I'm sure if I get to you, I'll be able to find it. Therefore, the need to keep those merchandise cannot be overemphasized. So why do you take all the capital you require to stock your merchandise, to buy a new car, to show up and all of those things? That business should be given priority because that is the bird that will bring food for you later. So you don't need to be in a hurry to cut the wing, to eat the leg, support it, everything, because as long as it's alive, then your business would go.
Yeah.
The second mistake a lot of young people made is once they see capital start rolling in, without the business stabilizing, because you can only say this business has stabilized after 2 or 3 years or 5, you could see consistent level of income coming. The natural thing is that once people see cash moving and see you are doing, people are coming up with the idea to you, hey guy, you are wasting your time. You crazy. This is where the world is. This is what need to be done. You need to put money into this. And the young guy, out of excitement to show he has arrived, will use his capital that he need to expand his business, go and divert it in some of those things. Sometimes, if they have access to borrowing, they over-leverage by over-borrowing. And at the end of the day, the interest cost put pressure on the business, you begin to suffocate. Okay? Simple word is to defy your gratification. Whatever that excites you, keep it aside. Let that business, because you are working for sustainability, give that business everything it requires. Because the airplane greatest challenge is to take off the ground. That's where the captain need to pay all the attention, make sure no mistake is made. Once the plane is on the air, it cruises with the air. The pressure is not on the captain. The plane can fly on autopilot. But to get to that level, that altitude is what is important. Until you get there, keep your ego eyes on the capital. Don't fool with it.
So in other words, just to make sure I understand that as a new person who's starting a business, number one, focus is required.
Absolutely.
Number two, when you even start making money, the key is to focus on scaling the business and not diversify in quote unquote multiple streams of income.
Absolutely. That's it.
My own question is for entrepreneurs who are back in Africa. I mean, we are here in Houston, but a lot of entrepreneurs are based in Africa, their business in Africa. How do they handle the challenges with government, from taxes to government agencies, which just frustrate people we in the real estate sector, for example, have situation now, you just hear government say so number of estates are illegal. And these are estates fully built, people are living there. I mean, all these years, you didn't see it as illegal.
Yeah.
You know, so how do you, and these things have implication on perception, on how people see you, on how people begin to analyze your brand. And most times you've not done anything wrong, but you've been given that kind of bad name. How do you handle it?
Well, that's third world country problem. Every third world country goes through that. That's not something one can profile you because it's not personalized. It happens to everybody. Very unfortunate. You know, I don't want to use some strange language, but some people say like it's a jungle city and things like that. But they will go through it. Sometimes government does that to intimidate the people before they put some outrageous bill on you. It's not like they want to demolish that property. It's just to make you feel humble and guilty and then make some outrageous demand on you. Those are challenge of third world country. Where the challenge comes is like if it's an estate you have already built, individuals had them, they begin to blame the owner. You never told us, but you, the owner, never knew. I own properties that I've been in for 40 years, 50 years, approved by Lagos. Suddenly Lagos State will say, bring the approval. As if you made that construction without approval. They were the people who approved it, who have all the documents, who gave you all the fees you pay, but they are not going into their own record. They are insisting you bring your own record for their own approval. And they will come and seal the property that you have not brought the approval. So, you know, these things ought not to be there. If there are really where people can seek redress, you can go to court and challenge them. But in other part, they own also the court. So you are under their mercy. You need to go and look for the documents and submit to them. They will revalidate it to tell you what more you need to pay. But you begin to wonder, how can they not update their system? Because in another 20 years, they will come back and ask you to bring the documents of the place. There's no construction happening in Lagos that is not approved by Lagos State. Where I'm living in Ikoyi was approved 20 years ago. I paid all the fees, but they still have to ask me to bring all the drawings that they approve. You know, so it doesn't make no sense. So there's no way to go about it. We just have to live with it to know that it's a third world country problem and not take it on the business owner as if he's hiding something to you. You are not a stranger. You are part of the system. So you just have to accept it that that's part of the system. We live with it. It's not going to create you any, it's not going to shut you down, but it's just going to inconvenience you. And sometimes, I like to use the word, they extort more money from you, period.
So that actually brings it to a question that I wanted to ask. one thing everybody knows you for is you walk around with a badge that Jesus is Lord,
Sure.
right? And you operate in a country where corruption, so many things are happening.
Absolutely.
How can you, as a Christian or a believer, run an ethical business in a corrupt environment?
This question has always come forth very repeatedly and often time. And I tell people, look, mindset is important because if you operate with a mindset living in the gap and not in the game, it gives you a negative mindset. You are always looking for where to fail or where mistake is and not seeing value added and that can be created. Now, when you live in a third world country, you can decide to sell sachet water. You can decide to sell real estate. Take, for instance, you are a land agent. You are helping people, developers to sell their properties on the land. There's no corruption in those kind of things. There are different businesses you do. You open up a restaurant to sell food. There's no corruption in selling food or doing logistics service. What people call corruption, in my humble opinion, should be properly defined. Take, for instance, if I am doing a logistics business and that my business is to move things from point A to B.
Yeah.
And I have bought my tools, supposedly motorbike or automobile, to make this delivery. Register it, pay all the normal fees I was supposed to make. And I'm supposed to take something from Stephen to deliver to Dipo. And Stephen had handed the product over to me. On my way to Dipo, a law enforcement agent stopped me on the road. What do you have? Oh, I am delivering this cup to Mr. Dipo. This is the receipt. And he said, no, you're not going anywhere. You have to settle me. And the law enforcement agent will keep me for 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours. I can decide to say, I won't give him 15 naira or 1 naira or 10 naira that he require because that will amount corruption. And the whole day is completely gone. I cannot seek redress because I cannot charge him to any court. I can't write petition against him for him to be disciplined. When I give him 100 naira that he required for me to go, I did not bribe him. He extorted money from me because he had a uniform and I had no authority.
That's an extortion.
That's an extortion. That is not bribery.
It's like a robber that puts a gun
Exactly.
on your head.
So
your money on your leg.
exactly. An armed robber cannot put a gun on your head and say your car or your money. You tell him, please give me time to think about it.
You'll be gone.
Yeah, because you don't say, please give me time to think about it. You just said, do you need my shoe also? You just want to walk out of that car. In fact, some of them, if they need your clothes, you give it to them, they can undress you. And you wear only pants and you just leave. And you are happy that what you have is still greater because you have your life.
Yeah.
I think this really personally helped me because I operate with Christian values, and I've always struggled with, exactly do I not comply?
Yeah.
And if I do comply, I'm actually going against my principle, which is bribery.
Yeah.
So when you broke it down, it just kind of clarifies the difference.
Bribery is when you are the one inducing the
When
person.
I'm giving you money
Right.
to turn your eyes away from what I've done wrong.
Yeah.
When I am trying to make you look away from doing your legitimate job. Bribery is not when you force me to give you money. A guy drive a car, we make a joke out of it. And a policeman stopped him in Nigeria. Where is your license? He gave him. Where is your document? After he gave him all the he said, where is your fire extinguisher? The man gave him. He said, where is your spare tire? You are not supposed to ask for all of this because that is not an offense to government. The man showed a spare tire. And the guy looked at him and said, but why are you driving alone late in the night?
That became the offense.
Yeah, the guy said, I am not alone. He said, who is with the God of the Father, Son? He said, I charge you for overload. So when these guys made up their mind that you give them money, you are almost at the point of putting gun on your head to extort that money from you.
Yeah.
You can as well let him go with that money immediately before you waste any other extra time, because it makes no sense. You haven't done anything wrong. You haven't traveled from Nigerian border to go to Cameroon and the Nigerian border to go to Benin and all of those things. What do you require? You have come with your passport. You have your green card. They stamp. Those immigration officers will tell you to bring money. If you don't bring money, that means you're going nowhere. Yeah. They own the road. They own the place. It's not like you are traveling without documents. It's not like you are carrying any illegal thing that you are traveling. You plan to go on your journey, but he has authority and he is the government agent. I can as well. In fact, even some of them now, when they ask you for that money, if they are asking for 500 naira, if you give them 1,000 naira, they gladly give you change. So they collect, it's like official toll gate.
Right. Unofficial.
So why should I feel guilty about it? Because that means I should not exist, and then I should go and sit in my hand and cross my hand and say, because I want to avoid bribery and corruption. So that in itself, we must understand that bribery and corruption is when you are inducing people with money to look elsewhere so that you can go with what is unjust. Then you are circumventing the due process. That's bribery and corruption.
And I think one of the best ways to analyze this is Otedola and Farouk Lawal case, where Farouk Lawal was insisting Otedola gives him a bribe, and I think Otedola recorded it. And at the end of the day, Farouk Lawal went to jail for it, and the court didn't send Otedola to jail because he gave him the money, but was able to prove
it was
that
extortion.
Yes, exactly. But this person extorted money from me, over this and this and this, over something subsidy. So that's just an example of those kinds of situations where we are. And I'm happy that I learned this, because I have let go so many opportunities because the people were trying to extort me, and I have
it's not only that, it's the way some of our pastors preach it. They make you really smell that you have done unethical thing. You should have stand your position as a Christian. But I do respect, ask such pastors. You live in the country. If an armed robber stop you and put a gun in your head and ask you your car or your money, will you give him? Some of them hesitated. Some people have said, yes, I'll let him go with the car. I said, did you bribe him or not? Of course, if that is what bribe is, you did bribe. Because you can as well tell him, look, I'm a Christian. I don't give bribe. What you're asking me is not right. I cannot give it to you. It's my entitlement. The man will kill you. It's only God that will know you are a just man. But
interesting.
So we've seen things like that happen.
Absolutely. So guys, we are having a trip November 28th to 4th of December. It's a Singapore Founders Management Retreat. Many of us as founders of businesses, we don't know a lot of these things. We don't have opportunity to meet with someone who has been in business for 50 solid years, right? That is no joke. And even me, I'm always learning, so it's an opportunity. I'll be learning, I'll be speaking as well. I have other speakers who are coming, and it's for those of us who have founded businesses and we're trying to scale, we're trying to grow it, we're connecting amongst ourselves, we're building our own network. And that will lead me to a question, because this is very, very important to many of us. And you can come from anywhere in the world. People are coming from the UK, from the US, to Singapore from Middle East. It's business owners meeting, and it's an opportunity to also network with other business owners. Yesterday, everybody was networking in the Houston event, and people were literally seeing how they can do business.
Somebody actually wants won a grant for their business.
Yes, somebody also won a grant for their business. Some people are already talking to me where somebody's about to, where myself and Pastor they're about to invest $200,000 in somebody's business. Some people are talking to Dr. Cosmas to invest in their business. These are opportunities you get here. And this leads me to the next question, so that you learn. In your days, when you were much younger, they used to say if you don't join an Uboni, join a lodge, join a cult, you will never be wealthy.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people didn't even try to start business because they were just scared. And I've met people tell me, people were saying to me, if I'm going to stand, if I'm going to succeed in business, if I want all the challenges I'm facing in business to go away, I need to join a cult. I need to join something. How powerful is the place of network? Because there are other networks that are not cults. Because when you even check the history of those Ogbonis, just that majority of them were traditional idol worshippers.
Sure.
They were just trying to come together to help each other business.
It's still a network.
It's a network, even though it's not for godly people. How important is it for Christians to understand that communities like a retreat, like a conference like this, is how you build your own club, your own edge of protection, because you now have people around you helping you also with your business?
Well, it's part of the term we talked about, mental attitude, because if you have a victim mindset where you never believe you were cut out for this, people from our village are not business people, we are not we are civil servants, we take job and we earn salary. Those are really brainwashing our parents or our tradition or environment has given us, and many of us live believing that we are not good for certain things, and because also we do not have mentality to scale up, we think, these people we are never going to get this high. There's no need messing with them. Let's just leave them where they belong. We know where we belong. For goodness sake, change your mind. When Jesus said repent, when people hear those things, the first thing come to them is to go to altar and kneel down and cry. Repent means change your mind. Change the way you are thinking. Because that thinking in itself is what is holding you bound where you are. Stephen, there are still people who believe today that the level of success I attain is not attained by hard work. That one day it will be
exposed,
open what I have done or where I belong. And I told them, all the things you guys are thinking is that where you are snoring in the night, that's when I was making medicine for money. In the morning when you wake up,
that's when I'm sleeping.
My medicine is performing, is curing. Because while you are snoring, that's where I was dotting and I'm carefully thinking, putting things in place that make me who I am. But those who believe in those things, you will never get them to go anywhere because they are waiting to look for somebody who is going to tell them to bring human hair or to bring a leaf of a cow and the shoe of an elephant for them to be, and then they have faith in those things. But if you follow the laws of God, deliver value to people, you don't need to chase money. Money will chase you. I am here. I just got a call. When you put things in place, those things start working for you. You can earn legitimate money, not doing anything wrong. Please change your mind. don't have the mind of a monkey. Because a monkey is only interested in banana.
Simple.
It doesn't understand anything. If you keep $1 million before a monkey and keep a banana, he will take a banana and leave $1 million. He doesn't know if he take $1 million, he can build a banana plantation. And he never get plantation from anybody anymore. So those monkeys' mentality need to be changed. And that is to say, I can create wealth.
Yeah.
There's nothing, there's no sawdust in my brain. God empowered me. I have capacity like every other person to deliver and to perform. That is the mindset to meet the outside world and get a result from it.
Yeah. I can see Stanley Uzochukwu. He's saying, God bless you, sir. Stanley Uzochukwu.
Okay,
So this brings to a question which I think it's always been a concern for me.
Sure.
That a country like ours, Nigeria, is the most populated country in Africa.
Yeah.
Massive wealth and very religious.
Sure.
Why do we have so many religious people in Christianity? We all read the same Bible, but the level of poverty is immeasurable.
Yeah, because of the same mindset. Let me explain again, because many times we talk about poverty, referring like people who lack.
Yeah, sure.
Paul never referred to people who lack. Poverty, by dictionary definition, is people who are unproductive.
Yeah.
You can be religious and decide to be unproductive. You are poor. You are not supposed to be poor. The first thing, work is not a curse. Actually, work came in Genesis before the fall.
Yeah.
God motivation of creating a man is somebody to work. Read Genesis 2:7. God formed man and breathed on him. He became a living soul.
Yeah.
When God created a man, that's when rain came. The world was full of rock, no beauty. Because the first thing he did, he took his son and put him in the garden to dress it, to make it beautiful.
And that's work.
That's work. What is the difference between a garden and a bush? The order you kept on it.
Yeah.
A bush that there's no order is a garden that there's no order is a bush.
Yeah.
A bush that you keep an order on it become a garden. So God put his son and said, keep it in order, protect it. So these are before the fall. Many people tell that work is a cause. No, work is God's motivation of creating man. God wanted a manager. That's why he created a man. And that's why what you are given depends on your ability to manage. The more you manage well, the more God gives you. The lesser you manage, the lesser you got. And then what you have is taken away from you. So we must all understand that we are stewards. And the person we are working for is watching us to see how we manage, how we deploy resources, knowing that it's depletable, it's not in plenty supply, and can easily be used of. So God does not waste material. God conserve and know. That's why it's in nature, to be able to protect it and keep it. So we have a lot of people, because we have become too religious. Like the poorer we get, the more we lack, the closer we are with God. And that brings us to God. But I tell people, in other words, I want to be very honest to say that if you are scared about wealth, you better have a rethink about going to heaven. Because heaven is a wealthy place. By Bible description, the street is made up of gold. So if you never experience any beauty, any good life, you will be an alien in heaven. When you get there, you will be looking up and down. People will just know you're a strange guy. So Jesus brought the heavenly influence here on earth. and said, when you pray, don't pray to go to heaven. Pray to say,
the kingdom come.
let thy kingdom come. Let's experience heaven here on earth. So when we get there, we are not strangers.
Yeah.
We've already learned how to be. You don't learn to speak English in Britain when you arrive. You learn it in Nigeria before you go to Britain. Otherwise, your language is the first thing that gives you away that you are an alien. So we learned how to live in heaven here on earth, to be a son and daughter of God. So it's wrong mentality, it's wrong teaching by telling people that God created you not to have any good life, just to suffer. And the more you suffer, the more you are closer with Him, and that makes Him happy. Tell me, we all have children. How many of us take delight in our children's suffering?
Nobody.
Be honest.
Sure.
I don't know which parents that the thing that delight him. The word in 1 John 5 is that I wish above all things. Nothing come close to it. Above all things, what I wish for you is that you live in prosperity, you live in health, even as your soul prospereth. So the religious people have turned it upside down, like the poorer you are, the more closer you are with God. On the other hand, a poor man can tell a lie easily because he's just living a life of survival. You are still a slave if you are not financially independent, because the person that pays you determines when you wake up, when you go to bed, and all of those things. So you are not truly out of slavery until you are financial independent.
Powerful. If you're getting value, type I'm getting value. You're free to invite more people, share this with more people. Remember, 28th of November to the 4th of December, we will be in Singapore. It's the Founders Management Retreat with Dr. Cosmas, myself, and different other great founders. It's for founders, and we're going to be looking at how to scale, how to manage our business, how to grow our business, how to better.
And how to plan for our successional plans,
Yes.
because if everything you stood for come to an end when you are not there, then you have not led effectively.
Yes.
Many of us have run organization, but that organization start and end with us.
Yes.
If anything happened to us, there's nobody else who know what to do there, then you have not led effectively. So that should be a concern to every founder. What happened if I am not there?
That's true. What happened? How do I? Some of you, the reason you may not want to come is that you can't even leave your business
Sure, for
6
1
days.
week, yeah.
For 1 week, you're like, what will happen? And if you are in that position, you are the one that even need to come, because you need to then learn how to structure your business, how to have successors, and how to also test them, because there's no point to say somebody's your successor and you don't pull back to watch how those people can do without you in the business. So again, if you're interested in being part of the Singapore event, drop your email and phone number in the DM of this particular page, and our team will get back to you with all the details on how you can be part of that Singapore.
And please don't wait until you become multinational, because you will never become a multinational if you don't start taking this step. Successful people play by the same rule. If you are thinking global, you need to start associating with people who are thinking that way. Join in a meeting, gain information, because those are things that are going to give you the structure on which your business is going to stand to really expand and grow to where you want to be. But to say, look, I'm not yet there, I have to wait until I get there, you will never get there. Right. You need to take a step of faith and say, I take this leap. If you call it a vacation, let me go vacation, but I'm going to vacation with people of like mind. Yeah. Let me see what they are talking about. Let me gain information from them that you will come back and implement. It will not be it will not be long. Your contemporary will begin to wonder what has happened to you because your business will leave them. I didn't go to school. I stopped in a 3rd grade education, but none of my contemporary come anywhere close to me because I have this attitude of learning. I am willing to travel. I want to collect information, process them, put them into action. And that's exactly what you need to do. You begin to scale. You don't even need just this information alone. Meeting the Japanese at the early stage of my life, seeing the way they structure their business, make people begin to believe that, no, I am operating in a different pedestal. Yeah. They begin to accrue respect immediately to my business. People coming around will even see the structure you set up. You don't beg for respect. The respect comes to you. And that is why you should charge more. Because when you have spent money to learn and put those things, you command, your product commands some price and respect. People are willing to pay more for what you do. So you can't charge for more when you are delivering nothing.
So that, I think that kind of brings up another question, which I've learned this a long time ago, the importance of investing in yourself. Yeah. I had a gentleman, I think both of you in the room yesterday, that my friend that came through. Mm-hmm. So I told him that, I charge, $1,000 for a 90-minute session for a consultation. Mm-hmm. And I said, my friend Steven inside the room, he charges $18,000. So he was like, that's big money. I said, where are you from? He said, I'm from Anambra. Okay, I said, okay, do you know Dr. Maduka? He said, yes. I said, do you know he's inside this house? He said, wait, you mean Dr. Maduka is here? I said, yeah. I said, listen, if you want to get into certain rooms, you have to be willing to pay the price to invest to be in those rooms. Yeah. So my question to you is, how important is it for people to invest in themselves to scale to the next level?
Whether you like it or not, nature teaches that education has a cost. If you are willing to learn, you got to pay for it. You don't learn from nothing. Okay? So Warren Buffett said that the best investment you can make is the investment you made about yourself. Yeah. Yes, it's easy to say I didn't go to school, but I travel.
That's investment.
That's an investment. I observe things, I travel. Everywhere we've been in life, based on the right mental attitude, is a school. Because even when we're asking people to come for retreat, it's a school. Yeah. But it's an informal school. Sure. But sometimes we teach you things they don't even teach you in Harvard. Yeah. Because you are learning out of, if you're coming there, I'm going to be telling you what took me 52 years of my business life, not years. I'm 67, but from 15 years I've been in business. So I authoritatively said I've been in business for 52 years today. And my experience are enormous. There are many books you never see any of the kind of experience I have had. You will not, if you get encyclopedia, you may not be able to read all of them, but things will crop up that some of those experiences are dropped on your lap that you are going to meet tomorrow. Then you will treat those things effortlessly because you've been able to interact with it and ask questions on the spot on what it happened. So don't ever joke with it and think it has no value. Yeah. It's an immeasurable value. You can't even put money on it, what you learn from those associations. If you have the right mind. We are not drinkers, and so they are coming there to take whiskey and things like that. We are going to think about how to scale business, challenge each other's assumption on what people are doing. Yeah. You learn from your colleagues who are also interested in learning. By the time they are asking questions, they are asking questions that will help to bring your own problem that you are even unwilling to ask because you are ashamed or you are embarrassed. Somebody else will ask that question for you and you will get the benefit of it, which no book will write for you.
Absolutely. So I can see some of you just started dropping your number and email. Please don't drop that because after we end with this, our team won't be able to see your phone number and email. So what you want to do is contact the number I've just pinned which is +234-816-790-1719, or email products@stephenxdale.com. product@stephenxdale.com. So either you contact the number or you send an email, and then they will tell you the process, the procedure to be part of it, and what's the cost implication as well. So again, contact the number if you want to be part of this. And feel free to share this video with as many people as possible. There's a lot of wisdom that has been shared that is really, really life-changing. I will just ask one question, and Dipo has one question, and we'll wrap up for the day. So my question will be, how did you manage the season of your business when it was still small, when your partner, late mommy Charity, and maybe your friends, maybe your uncle, your brothers were challenging your assumption of how to do business? How did you manage that phase and it didn't crumble you? Because there are people who will tell you that, oh, the reason why I stopped my business was because maybe my wife challenged my assumption, maybe my friend complained, maybe my brother said, I was going to fail. People around, pressure from people. How did you manage those seasons?
You see, that's where when we say we are really the founders, does not mean we knew everything. What does that mean basically is that you are the person who had the dogged determination. You are the visionary who see the end
from the beginning
where you are going. If truly you saw where you are going, you know you are not getting there. Even with my lovely wife, there was a time you told me, honey, do you still need more money? I said, no, I don't understand. He said, will you go to heaven with this money? I said, honey, did anybody go to heaven with money? We make money. If the rapture comes tomorrow, we go to rapture. There's nothing like we make so much money. It's natural for people to say, I have arrived. In Coscharis, the word climax is not in our dictionary. We set goals. We break that goal. We set higher goal. Because we always believe there's room for an improvement. But we consistently make progressive achievement year in, year out. I started as the managing and damaging director of my company. A to Z of it. I was the accountant general. I was the forwarding and backward. I was the secretary, the HR. I was everything. But I knew I cannot compete in a structured manner with that because I have a goal. When I make small money to hire people, if you can add number, I put you in a cage, you're a cashier. This person HR, no structure, but I knew we are going somewhere. That progressive achievement, and that's really what shows you a good medicine. It's not laying the wall, it's to know how to take a corner. We got to a place, we got actually accountant. We actually get consultants, local ones. But by 2015, when we wanted to be $1 billion company, we have to hire KPMG to come and do a work, to tell us how to restructure our company, how to collapse some systems that we put in place that were like confusion. Because they come as a external person, they can see through. You can't see it within yourself, because if a mouse die here, the smell of it has already numbed your nose. You need somebody from outside to come in and smell it and say, you need to clean here, you need to put more person here, positions to be filled in. It's not cheap. It's expensive, first of all. But to pay that price is show the willingness you are willing to make that change. We had to also ask KPMG to hire us, those people they think require those positions. We don't even know where to get them. They hire some people from me, somebody from me, from Lafarge Cement. And for even a guy that had moved to that level to work for us means our organization is being taken serious.
Yes.
But it's also because KPMG were the people talking to them and they know KPMG. So there are people you bring in your company that cost you money but add value to you.
Yeah.
By this time, we're already audited by X and Young. Okay? So you see the structures coming together. We are playing with the first big 5 consultants in the corporate world that the whole world listens to.
Yeah.
That means you're already coming into that level and you are thinking that level. So it's simple that that founder owner must know where he's going. This is what takes us step by step and make all the adjustments we need to make to brought us to where we are. And today, we are not big-headed when we say we are running multinational organization. That is the only way you can refer to us by every standard. And we attain that status, whether it was with the banking industry or with the authorities in the country. But it takes determination, it takes goal, it takes sitting with certain people. In fact, even working with BMW for me is an MBA school.
Yeah.
That I attend BMW business meeting. I attend Rolls-Royce business meeting. They are bringing experts in the best of the universities to come and teach to us. So many people are deceived when you say you don't go to school.
Yeah.
Going to school is not about speaking grammar. It's about organizing your thought into productivity. And that's why I tell people, if you don't like my grammar, you will never quarrel with my result.
Yes, sir.
No matter how you think the result stares you in your face, and you will know this person has organized thought to have taken this thing to the level where it is.
This today.
Man.
Wow, can
That's
we
fire.
celebrate Dr.
That's
Cosmas? Please celebrate him. Before I take the last question from Dipo, don't forget, we're going to Singapore on the 28th of November to the 4th of December. We have is our founders management retreat. This is one retreat you don't want to miss. You're going to be spending 6 days with us, myself and Dr. Cosmos and other great founders. It will be opportunity to network. It will be opportunity to close deals. You'll be meeting high network people in the room, because even the cost of such event, only high network people will be in the room. It's the kind of people going where you're going. And that becomes your own mini association. And that's really how you grow and scale, is the quality of people around you. So contact the numbers attached to this video, or send a mail to products. The product has an S at stevenactel.com, and the team will tell you all the details and may even give you a discount if you're ready to secure on time, because if you're able to buy the ticket on time and in bulk, we get discount from the travel companies. Okay, so it's going to be an amazing time in Singapore. You'll be learning stories of Lee Kuan Yew. As much as it's a retreat and there will be conference, there's also tour. We'll be touring Singapore, learning from Lee Kuan Yew's story. And leadership trait is a very humbling one. Okay, so Dipo, your question.
Yeah, my last question is about a statement you made, I think, a couple of days ago about entrepreneurship, how you encourage your staff who are working for you, that you pay to actually become entrepreneurs. Like, I guess a typical businessman would not want their staff to leave to go and start a business, but that's something you highly, encourage in your organization. Why is that?
Very simple. Nobody will give you what he does not have.
Yes, so.
We teach entrepreneurship in Cosmas organization, and that perhaps what could have made our company achieve the level of success that we have achieved. Stephen was here. I just spoke to a gentleman. He's now in Atlanta. He lives in his own house. He's one of my staff. But this gentleman can take a transaction. I just got a call from one of the state, and I was asking him, what is this bid you put? What is it for? How much? He told me it's for 2 billion. I said, this guy can take a transaction, close a deal of $10 million without me picking a call to put a call clause.
Yeah.
Do you call him a staff? He's an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
So that's what we teach.
Yeah.
We teach you to learn how to take a business from ground zero. We teach you to understand number, to understand it. Because if you don't know the implication of what you are doing, you can build us a stock that will kill us.
Yeah.
Many companies die because of excess inventory. So if you don't understand number, you're a salesman. All you need is for us to have 1,000 or 10,000 car. But you don't know that car has expiration date from the date manufactured.
Yeah.
Wow.
After 2 years, you can't sell a new car after 3 years as a brand new car. Otherwise, you are cheating somebody. You need to sell it as a second-hand car.
Wow.
There's a life expectancy. So you know that you need to manage those inventory. And you can only do that when you start thinking entrepreneur. You can see implication of every of your actions. So we teach entrepreneurship. When you understand it, you'll be profitable to us.
Yes.
And we're not afraid. If you think you are better off to start your own, we will support you. You become one of our expansion of our business.
Sure.
Because you are there, you will also be representing us in whatever we are doing, okay? And you will grow. But if you think you can make it within our organization, we make you comfortable, and you will also be able to do that. So the reason why we are ahead of our contemporary is this reason that we teach entrepreneurship. So all our staff think entrepreneurial. And anyone who is not thinking like that will not fit in our organization.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Man, that's fire.
Well, for those of you asking who the other gentleman is, his name is Dipo Adesina. Okay. He's based here in the US and he's an entrepreneur. What got me fascinated with Dipo, we met maybe 8-9 years ago, was it was one of the few people I met here in the US who didn't have a job, you know, the day I met him. Because what I often meet is most people are either they have a job and maybe they're still doing some business on the side. And so I often meet people here and everybody say, no, you can't just start business like that. You know, you have to still. So I was fascinated with the fact that he was an entrepreneur and he was doing very well, you know, and he was teaching it, and our relationship is grown. And Dipo will be at Singapore too, right?
Absolutely.
Why do you want to be part of it?
Yeah, so I think for me, I've always told people that, you know, there's no amount of money that is worth investing in yourself,
Sure.
right? Yesterday, I think 2 days ago, I said that whatever price you have to pay, do it to get around rich people. Right? So many of us are stuck where we are today because we've been associated with poor people for so long that it affects the way that we think.
Sure.
You can't be around doctor and not think bigger thoughts, right? And the more you get around people who are successful, the more it stretches your thinking capacity and your ability to produce wealth. So for me, it's not even about, you know, traveling or whatever the case may be. It's the quality of people that's going to be in that room. You know, just, you know, during our meeting, we have people network. We talk about investing in people's businesses, franchise opportunities, so many things that happen in the span of 2 days with people paying less than, $500?
Yeah.
So how much more will it be when you are around specifically people who have high net worth and who also think on a high frequency? So that's pretty much what I'm excited about, just being around other successful entrepreneurs.
There are so many things, complicated things you never experience in business, that opportunity may occur, that they will come up. You know, different things people experience in life that you never believe is possible. Because, you know, when we talk about business, it's like it's a very cruisy road going. You know, this includes government people, challenges that you never anticipate. There's a Nigerian client, well-known Nigerian guy who had FBI issue now and can't come to America. He never did anything illegal. It's just because he didn't know how to structure what he was doing. And once it's FBI, everybody think, oh, it's a crook. He must have done something wrong. Some people don't know that FBI could be wrong.
Exactly.
Don't know that sometimes they overstep their boundary. Not because they are trying to, that they made wrong assumptions that are totally baseless, and that you can challenge them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You can challenge them to the point they will write agreement with you not to take them to court. Some people don't know that, but in sitting together, you'll find somebody who has had such experience, maybe share it freely. But those of you who on the other side hear them, once you hear your friend has FBI case, say, oh, it's a crook. He must have done drug. All the people that have said FBI, they are involved in drug. No, nothing. They make mistakes. They make wrong assumptions. Right. They have staff who are inexperienced, who make wrong conclusion for what is not what it is. So this meeting is not a tea party. It's not just favorite something. It's about mindset. It's about reorganizing your mindset so that you know the difference between a banana and $1 million.
So this is not for banana thinkers.
Since Dr. Cosmas had that quote from,
he's been running with
it. He's been running with it.
It's a great analogy.
It is, because, and the analogy is simple. A monkey, sees a banana and sees $1 million. That monkey will always take banana any day, anytime, 10 out of 10. Not knowing that with $1 million, he could buy a banana plantation. And it speaks to mindset, how sometimes we have that mindset of, oh, no, let me take the banana. And in this case, it's a question of money versus knowledge. When you have the right knowledge, it will give you unlimited amount of money.
Facts.
But what will most poor people always go for? Money. Give me the cash. Cash for now. I don't care what happens tomorrow. Give me cash today. Is cash today. If I don't see the cash today, let me give you one of the biggest benefit for me meeting people like Dr. Cosmas. I stopped taking business challenges too seriously. I don't know whether you understand. Because almost for every problem I have in business, and I will have in business, he has had some variation. So when you come to you, I say, this is I had this time. And it just helped, because many of us as entrepreneurs give up on our dreams because the thing just weighs you down. Right? Today, you had good intentions. See the one he's just talking about. The day he shared with me, it was just, I remember it was here last year, and Dr. Cosmas was saying to me, he said, you need to do this, because FBI may come after you, based on what you're trying to do in America. If I was shocked, and he gave me an experience, I said, okay.
Let me go and do likewise.
Yes. So, a lot of time, people just read things online, and they just assume this person must have done something wrong. And most of the time, it's because we also don't even have access to people who are higher in business, who can give us perspective, who can also tell you not to over panic, just do this, just take this action, just take this step. So don't miss it. It's going to be 28th November to 4th of December, Singapore. We come. The Founders Management retreat is going to be great. We're going to be having great speakers. God willing, you'll be spending 6 days with me and Dr. Cosmas, Maduka, and several other amazing founders of businesses from all over the world. This is not one of those meetings you want to miss. This is not one of those meetings you want to joke with. You want to come, you want to invest, you want to position yourself to be part of events like this. And please share this with as many people as possible. Mr. Sonny Osuki has already registered when we met in Doha. So you can see him commenting and say, he can't wait to be. He's already paid, fully paid for himself, and I think his wife as well. So people are also coming as couples, particular couples who are into business together. Again, go register on the number attached to this video, 234-816-790-1719, or email products@stephenakitel.com. The product has an S, products@stephenakitel.com to register for the Singapore event. You can even start paying gradually, small, okay? Today I drop $1,000, tomorrow I drop 2,000, and then gradually till you're done paying for this. But this is one life-changing event you don't want to miss. What will be your final advice? Let me start with you, Dipo. Your final advice.
It will be, like I said before, whatever you have to do, find a way to pay the price to be around rich people. It's never going to be free. It's free to hang around poor people. It doesn't cost you anything. But to hang around rich people and wealthy people who know way more than you have to pay the price. It's not YouTube education. It's not Instagram 90-second reels. It's not TikTok reels. If you want to become wealthy, you gotta be in the room with wealthy people. And I think Singapore is one of those places where I feel like some people's business will scale to the next level, but you gotta be willing to pay the price to be the boss.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
Okay. I look forward to seeing you in Singapore. We'll stretch your imagination because that's what conquered the world. Your knowledge will be limited, but imagination is greater than your knowledge. Because your knowledge is limited to all that is known, but imagination includes both the unknown. When we see people like Elon Musk today, these are people who had gone back to the principle of the first mentioning and stretching their imagination. People say that airspace cannot be utilized. Elon Musk said it can be utilized. So come, let us stretch your imagination. You will never be the same. People will notice when you come back in your business that your thinking change and it will affect everything you are doing. I look forward to seeing you in Singapore.
Awesome, guys. We love you. Thank you for being part of this broadcast. Remember to share this with as many of your friends. What we shared today is already life-changing. So copy the link, put it in all those groups that you people gossip and add no value to yourselves. Put in all those WhatsApp group, Facebook group, LinkedIn group, and just share this link and just keep sharing with as many people. It's going to change the way they think and see business. Remember again, you want to be part of the Singapore event, go send a message of your phone number, email that you're interested in Singapore to the email products@stephenakitel.com, or call the numbers that's been pinned. The team will give you all the details. They will attend to you, and we all cannot wait to see you in Singapore. Love you. Bye-bye.